When we go inside, the rest of the community will be looking to you to set the tone. You've already met together and talked about the scope of the EIA. The mayor will introduce me, and I will give a very quick review of how you were selected and what your responsibilities will be.
Seems to me I should speak first. After all, everybody has come to hear about my project. The mayor continues to assure me that the City Council fully supports my proposal.
Well, fine. I thought we were going to be part of an environmental impact assessment process to determine whether your project should go ahead.
Could someone tell me how we're supposed to speak for the whole community? I'm not a politician. I haven't been elected to speak for anyone but myself.
Think about it like this. I interviewed about 60 people to find out what kinds of groups had concerns about the proposed project. Based on those interviews, I gave the mayor a summary of high-priority issues and suggested that the 7 of you should be involved. The mayor asked you to serve on the EIA advisory group, not to speak for anyone else, but to speak like other groups in the community who have concerns, both pro and con.
Yes. The mayor talked to me and said I should make sure the city's point of view is represented when we talk about the design and implementation of the EIA. He told me very clearly, though, that I can't make any commitments for the city. Only he can do that.
Well then, what's the point? Why should we bother meeting if we can't make any decisions?
I thought we were supposed to watch carefully, raise questions, look at the information the developer and his consultants put together, and make suggestions at the end. We're more question raisers than deciders. I don't think the goal of the EIA is to make a definitive judgment about what's best or worst.
I'm ready to decide right now. I know the project is a bad idea. I hope the EIA will prove it. It should give us plenty of information to bring this thing to a halt.
That's not the idea at all. I've agreed to fund the cost of an EIA and involve all of you so you can reassure the community that my project will meet all the relevant laws and regulations. I've told you several times that the project will be totally in compliance.
Wait a minute. I thought the idea of the EIA was to figure out what more you can do, besides meeting the basic laws and regulations, to make the project worthwhile to me and my neighbors.
I've got an open mind. I assume that the EIA will help you find ways of minimizing whatever damage your project might cause during construction.
Yep, I've got an open mind too. We'll look at the forecasts and findings of the EIA, add everything up, and make sure you know how to modify your project or your construction techniques so that there's as little harm as possible to the environment.
I want to make sure we all agree on who's going to be hired to do these studies. We need people we can trust.
That's what I'll outline for the audience. How you were selected, what the scope of the EIA will be, how you'll be involved in approving the choice of experts to prepare the forecasts, and how the community will get another chance to review the draft EIA. Is everybody clear on that?
And what happens if we don't agree?
We'll spell out our differences, but obviously we'll have a greater impact on what happens if we reach an agreement. If we can find common ground, it will reassure the rest of the community that there's a good way forward.